Really love this tone. Hawaii, I love the sun. And so I'm like always trying to achieve my bronzy sepia goddess toned Lena Horne fantasy. Don't forget Dorothy Dandridge too. The most important step, sunblock. You may not think you need it, Black people, but you do. Growing up in Hawaii, I didn't wear a touch of sunscreen and I was crispy and dry. And it probably also why I had a lot of those acne marks that ended up happening. I think that when you grow up, you know, with acne, you never feel like your skin is good. It's always bad. And so I still don't think I have good skin. It's like in my head, I always just see like the little things I can't stand. This is the best my skin has ever looked and I'm really proud of it. I put a lot of work into it and money into it, but I do like the reminder that it gives me to love on myself, even with my flaws, even with the little things that only I notice in my mad head. But I think it's a good lesson for all of us. Put little eye drops in. I love these ones that my best friend Wendy got for me when she goes to Paris and stuff for Fashion Week. She's a really talented makeup artist and she taught me everything I know. So just put like one drop in there and it really, for I guess some reason, the blue cancels out the red. It makes my eyes look, or maybe it's just a placebo effect in my head, but makes them look so bright. And then I like to put a little lip plump on to like set my lips. And I love the tingling sensation it eventually gives you. Oh, addicted to that. I just put a little grande brow on for these struggle 90s brows that I had growing up, and I throw that all in there. And it's like a little hair growth serum. My little bridge products to bring it between skincare and my makeup routine. And so for my base, I like to mix Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer with Charlotte Tilbury. A little bit in here, a couple like 1, 2 drops.
Let me be honest with you. When it comes to makeup, I don't know too much about it. I do have a lot of family members that are professional makeup artists. Tell me something, do you use any of these brands?
I think I watched some documentary with like the makeup artist Pat McGrath, and she loves to use her hands. And Wendy uses, you know, hands on my face, and her hands have been on my face since I was 12 years old. I met her, we were growing up in Hawaii, and we were in middle school together in the 7th grade. And she came up to me and saw me, and at this time I was presenting as a boy. I hadn't gotten the courage yet to embrace myself and tell myself my truth. And Wendy was just a mirror and a reflection. She came right up to me and said, "I see you. I know who you are. Stop pretending." She didn't say it exactly like that because she was only 13 years old, but it felt like that. The interaction felt like that. And she was so passionate even then about makeup and skincare and all of that stuff. And the first thing she did for me was my eyebrows. And that is why I still have trauma in my eyebrows, because the bitch took all my eyebrows out. But it was the 90s, so it makes sense. Those memories of discovering femininity together through makeup and skincare and hair and all of that stuff is my fondest memories. The act of supporting and loving each other. That's what sisterhood is, right? Concealer? Like my face, it's so interesting. As I've gotten older, I realize how much I look and resemble my mom. And some of the things I got from her is definitely...
Maybe I should learn how to do makeup so I can surprise my wife and do her makeup one day.
These cheekbones, which she still has, and my eye shape. And those are like the things that I love the most about my face. It's kind of nice that I can say that, considering that I couldn't stand how I looked when I was younger. You know, the struggle that trans people go through with their bodies, or some trans people, not everyone. But, you know, I used to struggle so much with just accepting myself and looking at myself and saying that who I am and how I'm presenting right now is the truth to me, and it feels correct and it feels right. And, you know, today we're struggling so much with this idea of giving space.
Well, no matter what in life, the one thing I've learned, you always got to be true to yourself.
Specifically for trans youth, right? Currently under attack. It's disappointing that adults are using them as wedge issues, right? In political stuff, and not knowing those little intricacies of the struggles that young people, period, go through accepting themselves. And being a young person that's also trans, trying to just navigate puberty and childhood and adolescence and all of that stuff, and trying to accept yourself in a culture that's constantly telling you you don't belong and we don't want you here. And so I think that messages and the presence of folks like Laverne Cox and MJ Rodriguez and India Moore and all of these amazing Black trans women specifically in media, I think really helps elevate the lived experiences that I think a lot of people are missing in this. I feel like blush and bronzer and mascara and skincare and everything just wakes you up. But this is the MVP for me. This and the bronzer, it's like those are the two things, for me at least in my head, are like I cannot leave the house without those two things on if I want like my best face forward. I like to set it in with just a little, like a pop of cheek color. This is J. Manuel. I just love, look at this color. And just, so I'm gonna set my under eyes with this Fenty Beauty MVP, another MVP in my routine. And then I like to hit my brows with like a 1-2 punch.
Like I said earlier in the video, I don't know too much about makeup. Let me know, ladies, if I was to learn something like this and surprise my wife, do you think that'd be a good thing? Is that a turn on for women? I don't know. The only thing I know about makeup is back in my extreme couponing days, I know how to get it for free. That's the only thing I know. But let me know in the comments what you think about the video. Let's have a discussion.